And now, Rick Weber.
So we crack our malted barley. We have a flexible auger. It augers into our grist case. And we'll do that today, and then tomorrow morning we come in bright and early, 5 a.m. Put 7 barrels of hot water in our mash lauter tun. Slide the plate, pump another 7 barrels with the barley. The barley will drop in, mix it up. Tomorrow's mash temp is about 152 degrees. That hot water will activate the enzymes and convert our starch into sugar over a 1-hour time period. And then we will run what's called a Vorlauf, our lautering process. This tank has screening inside it, and inside the screen, from underneath, all the little particles will fall between the cracks, go into our grant, pump back up on top of our grain bed, and it turns our grain bed into a filter, essentially. It takes about 30 minutes time. You will start out with very cloudy and lots of sediment, barley parts, and all that stuff in your wort, and after 30 minutes it'll be clear. When it's clear, we'll then open that valve over there, right here, send it into our kettle. That's steam jacketed kettle, not fire brewed. Steam jacketed kettle, nice even heat. We boil for 90 minutes. As soon as the boil starts, we'll add our hops. What we produced in this tank is called sweet wort. As soon as we add our hops to it, it's called bitter wort. Our bitter wort will boil for an hour and a half. We have usually 3 to 4 additions. One of them even has 5 hop additions. After 90 minutes, we've boiled off about 10% of the product. In this case, that's about 60 gallons. Put a coagulant in the kettle, and all our hop remnants and proteins lock up at the bottom of the tank. Just like when you stir your tea with sugar in it. The sugar always draws to the center. This is exactly what happens here. Once you let that sit for 15 minutes, then we transfer it into our fermenters. And our fermenters are 60-degree conical, 40-barrel tanks. We have 250 barrels as well. I think we have some fermentation going on here in a steam beer. Steam beer is a lager yeast fermented at ale temperature. It's almost finished. We are gassing off CO2, oxygen. Yeast consumes oxygen and sugar, and in return it gasses off CO2 and produces alcohol. Brewers don't make beer, yeast does. Brewers make bitter wort. And in about 4 days, this will be beer, and then these tanks are jacketed. In a 2-day time frame, we set it to 32 degrees, let it rest. This particular beer will rest for about 10 days because it's a lager. Some of the ales only rest for about 3 or 4 days, and they're ready for filtration. And we actually have a filter loop set up right now. We're going to filter our Alien Amber Ale, diatomaceous earth filter. This takes us down to about 7 micron, and then we go through our sheet, our plate and frame filter. That's 0.45 micron. We don't use preservatives, we don't pasteurize, so this is our protection, 0.45 micron. Then it goes into what's called a carbonating or bright beer tank, and that's from there we go into bottles or kegs, and that's that. Yeah, I gotta change this one out. All right. There you go.
And voila. Alien beer.